With the warmer weather brings ants, and if you've got an ant problem like me, stay tuned as I show you how to make ant bait stations and ant poison using borax to cure your ant problem. The first step is just identifying where the ants are a problem around the house. Now, I'm not that worried about the ants in the garden, but if they're starting to get into the house and the garage, that's when I like to lay poison. As you can see, the ants are getting into the house, the decking, and into the garage. Now, if you've got small children or animals around the house, in my case I've got dogs and bees, it's essential to have a bait station that only allows ants to enter. Okay, well, let's make a start. We'll get on to making some bait stations. Now, to make our bait stations, we're going to need one cordless drill, some drills, and the last thing we're going to need are some containers for our bait stations. Now, you can use any type of container for your bait station. For example, this is just an old screw container that I'm going to use. And I've also got two food storage containers here, and I've just picked those up just from the local second-hand shop. Now, just one thing to note, this style of food container with the clip-on lid, I find these best to use. I just find them a little bit more sturdier. It's harder to get the lid off, and also being a food container, if it was to fall on its side, the liquid will just be concealed a little bit better. All we're doing is drilling a hole in the side of this container here, and that's just to allow the ants in and keep everything else out. Okay, we'll get our drill out. I find a 5mm size drill the best to use. That just allows the ant to get in and not much else. Now we'll just get our containers ready. We're just going to drill a hole just in the middle of this container. And we'll just do the same on our screw container here. Okay, well, that's the job done. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is just label the bait station. So I'm going to use a label maker, but if you don't have a label maker, you can just use a marker pen. Now that we've labelled up these ant bait stations, let's go inside and we'll mix up some ant poison. Right, we're in the kitchen now and we'll make a start making the ant poison. Now, the first ingredient we're going to need is sugar, and the second ingredient is just some borax, and lastly 2 teaspoons. Now, as you may know, the ants live in colonies, and it's the worker ants that go out and search for food. Now, borax is commonly used in household cleaning, but it's also toxic to ants. When they ingest the borax, it targets their digestive systems, eventually causing them to die. However, they don't die immediately. The borax is slow acting, that it allows the worker ants to carry it back to the colony where the other ants ingest it and die. The idea is you don't want the ants to die around your bait station, so you don't want your borax mix too strong, that they don't take the poison back to the colony and feed on to the other ants. Okay, well, let's make a start. We'll get this poison mixed up and then we'll get our bait stations outside. Now, the reason why I like to use 2 different teaspoons is I don't want any cross-contamination between the borax and the sugar. Okay, the recipe I use is 9 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of borax, and 50 ml of water. And that's per bait station. So let's make a start on the mix. Now, you'll also notice that I'm just using heaped teaspoons of sugar. 9 fine, and same again, a heaped teaspoon of the borax. Okay, and just onto our last bait station. Now the last step is just adding 50 ml of water to each of these bait stations, and you're best to use warm water in this instance, it's just easier to mix. Now I'm just going to use my measuring spoon here, and we're just going to mix the sugar and borax together. Right, that's all mixed up nicely. Now you're probably looking at this solution here and thinking that it's quite watery and you're going to get a lot of drowned ants. Yep, that can happen. However, I change these ant bait stations weekly, so if I decide to go hard on treatment for ants, I normally change them once a week. However, if you don't have that time to change these bait stations weekly, you can just fill the inside of the station up with cotton wool, and that'll just act as a surface for the ants to get onto and climb out of the bait station. Okay, well now we've got our bait stations mixed up with the poison solution. Let's get these placed outside next to the ants. Now we've got two locations where the ants are getting into the garage. I've just got this location here, so I'm just going to pop a bait station just over here. And we also identified that we were getting a lot of ants just around this door going into the garage. So what I'll do is I'll just pop a ant bait station just down in the corner here beside the wheelie bin. And I'm just going to pop a paver over that just to stop the dogs from tipping that over. And we also identified earlier the ants were just getting into this corner here of the deck, so we'll just chuck a bait station down here. And the last place I'm going to put a bait station is just on the bottom of this step here where they're climbing up into the house. Now that we've placed our bait stations around the house, we'll monitor them over the week and we'll just see what happens to the ants from there. Now on day one of the ant bait treatments, I found that both bait stations by the garage didn't attract any ants. Therefore I just moved the bait stations closer to the ant trails. And also on day one, both bait stations by the house and decking showed signs of the ants accessing the bait stations. Moving on to day 5 of the ant bait treatments, you can see that the ant bait by the garage shows signs of the ants accessing the bait station, and the movements of the ants are also less visible. When moving around to the door of the garage, you'll notice no ants on the doorstep, however the bait station is still empty, which makes me think that the ants on this trail come from the front of the garage and around onto the doorstep. Both bait stations by the house and decking showed signs of the ants accessing the bait stations, and in both of these locations there are less visible ants. Day 7 shows a definite decrease in visible ant numbers, with the odd ant seen walking on the ant trails. And again, the bait stations at the house and the decking location continue to attract ants, and both of these locations have less visible ants. Now that brings us to the end of another video. We've seen over the last 7 days a reduction in visible ants. However, I'm going to keep this treatment up over the next month or so, just until I see no ants in these locations. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.